What's up, YouTube? This is your boy EW Images, back at it with another video. And in today's video, we're going behind the scenes of a recent shoot with the lovely Ayana.
Hi.
So we're going to be messing with color gels. Stay tuned.
Whenever I start a shoot, the very first thing I do is grab a test shot. It's not about getting the perfect pose straight away. It's about making sure the lighting is correct before I really get going. I began with a simple 2-light setup. My first light was the Godox AD200 Pro with a lone throw reflector aimed directly at the model. This was my key light. My second light was the Godox AD200 fitted with a standard reflector and a purple gel. That became my background light. Now here's the important part. I used my light meter to make sure the key light was only hitting the model and not the background. Why, you may ask? Because if the key light spills onto the background, it'll wash out the purple gel and ruin the color effect. It's a great example of how the inverse square law works. Keeping the key light close and controlling the fall off means my background stays nice and colorful while the model remains beautifully lit. Once the lighting was dialed in, it was all about working with poses that really showed off the drama of the setup. Simple turns, angles, and expressions that can make the light do all the heavy lifting. Here are some of the images unedited to show you what you can achieve with just this simple 2-light setup. For the second look, I decided to get a little bit more adventurous and add a third light. This was another AD200, this time fitted with a green gel. By adding a light from the side, I was able to fill in some of the shadows and create a much more dynamic, almost cinematic feel. Purple and green might sound like an unusual combo, but when used carefully, they give a complementary color contrast that pops on camera. Here's a perfect example of what I mean about working with color gels. In this first shot, I'm going to use the key light, the AD200 Pro with a long throw reflector and a white sock on the front. You will see that the model is lit from the right-hand side, creating shadows on the left. When I add in my second light, the AD200 in a 41-inch umbrella and a green gel, the green gel will only show where the shadow area is on the model. For the third setup, I decided to push the colors even further. I kept the key light, a AD200 Pro with a long throw reflector, off to the right-hand side of the model. That gave me nice directional light with plenty of shape and contrast. Next, I left the green gelled AD200 in place as a fill light, this time aimed more towards the front of the model. That little splash of green helped lift the shadows and gave the skin tones a unique, almost sci-fi edge. But I wasn't done yet. To really complete the look, I added another AD200 at the back fitted with a standard reflector and a blue gel. That became my new background light. Blue against the purple and green created a triadic color scheme, 3 colors evenly spaced around the color wheel. And it gave the whole image a bold, dynamic energy. Now the trick with adding gels in a small studio space is control. Too much spill and everything just turns into a muddy mess. So I angled the background light carefully and made sure the inverse square law was working in my favor again, keeping it far enough from the background for even coverage, but not so close that it overpowered the subject. The result? A really vibrant, high contrast setup that feels dramatic and cinematic. It's amazing how just a couple of color gels and some careful placement can completely change the mood of a portrait. For the second outfit, I wanted to change things up, but keep the lighting simple and effective. This time, I went with another 3-light setup. The main light was the Godox AD200 Pro inside a 36-inch softbox, placed at a 45-degree angle from the model. That gave me a lovely, soft yet directional key light, perfect for flattering the outfit and adding a bit of depth to the face. To separate the model from the background, I added 2 AD200s, each inside a 1x3 strip softbox, placed on opposite sides behind the subject. Those acted as rim lights, carving out the edge of the model with a subtle glow and giving the whole portrait a professional polish. It was a straightforward setup, but incredibly effective. The key light does the heavy lifting, while the 2 rim lights add just enough edge detail to make the subject stand out beautifully against the background. And that's a wrap. A few lights, a handful of gels, and a bit of experiment can go a very long way in a small studio space. The key is to keep control of your light and decide where you want it to go and where you don't. Hopefully you found this video educational or, at the very least, entertaining. If so, hit that like button. Also, let me know in the comment section what was your favorite setup. Thanks for joining me behind the scenes. I'm EW Images, and until next time, keep shooting and experimenting. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.